People, check out these amazing promotions that we have this week on the Beeline Entertainment, LLC. And if you're interested in promoting on our shows, we want to see it. We know you have amazing content. Just hit us up, send us a message. We there, check it out. People, the Beeline Entertainment, LLC is proudly sponsored by Round Guys Brewing Company. That's right, get amazing crafted beers shipped straight to you. Round Guys Brewing Company. Check them out today at the link below. People, check out my man Philly D on the I'm Telling You podcast. Head on over to YouTube and subscribe today. It's a great show. I'm telling you.
He said it.
People, check out this amazing energy drink mix called Dubby. Get more Dubby. That's right. All the energy you need to get through your gaming, your creativity, and everything else. Check it out. Use that promo code BrianB, NRG, and get 10% off your order today.
Check it out. It's another Thursday night. Listen, people, what's good? What's up? What's happening? It's Brian B. And it's the place to be on Thursday nights. It's that golden black on the screen, so you know what time it is. It's time for the Beeline Entertainment, the place where you come on and show. That's right, yo, it's the Beeline ENT, and I got a guest with me. We gonna talk and do it constantly, but before that, we gotta do this. Let's go.
Let's make some noise.
Brian B.
Show off, baby.
Tonight.
This movie right here was signed to a local hot label, Big O Records.
Want to do it later. Now.
It's the Beeline. It's the Beeline. It's the Beeline.
ENT.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody out there. Yo, listen, check it out. It's the Beeline ENT. And if you could just seen before, you know, your boy been having a little bit today, so I'm chilling, bro. I've been having a very good week, so I've been kind of celebrating a little bit today. Hey, Sebastian, you feel me, right? You gotta celebrate, right?
I'm always celebrating. That's the problem. Is I celebrate too much.
Yo, guys, listen, I can't wait for you to meet Sebastian. Yo, he's a new podcast I just gotten linked up with, and a fucking awesome guy, man. So we're gonna have a great conversation here today. I'm not sure if I'm gonna show off. Maybe I'll show off for you guys. I know I've been a little bit lagging on the show off department of the show off show, but we got some people coming. Trust me, we got some people coming. We're gonna have some people coming in. But yo, as you guys saw, we got some new sponsors, man. It's incredible. Like, thank you guys so much for sponsoring the show. We got Round Guys Brewery, shipping beers to you. And then we got the W, energy drink mix. I haven't gotten mine yet. I can't wait to get it. They're a new sponsor. But if you want some W drink energy mix, listen, bro, stop buying a canned shit. It costs $5 a fucking can. Well, yeah, energy for fucking 2 hours and $5 a pop. Red Bull and shit, that shit is crazy expensive, yo. Get you a canister that you can have in your house. You can drink some in the morning and be amped up for the day, whether you game, whether you content create, whatever the fuck you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Just get it on there. Use that promo code BrianB, NRG. You might not get as much energy as me, but yo, hey, listen, we can dream, right? We can dream, right? Yo, what's good? We got a guest on the screen today, and he is a fellow podcaster. Like I said, he's got an amazing show, and listen, his show is called The LOUDSPOT. He's trying to match your boy Brian B. Yo, listen, bro. Bring it to the table today with your boy. It is Mr. Sebastian. That's right. What's good, Sebastian? How you doing, man?
Man, I am chilling. We just did a podcast on my podcast with you on it. And we may continue some of that conversation over here. Some new ones. I'm not used to being the guest. So as probably neither are you. So it's a little bit different sitting on this side of the questions.
Yeah, man, it's fun, man. You get to kind of relax a little bit, When you're the host, you kind of got to guide the show and direct it, make sure that it's always entertaining, and then you got to put it together. Then you got to do editing, you got to work and shit. But when you just, going over somebody's house and shit, you just eating and you just drop the fucking plate on the floor. You don't even care. You don't live there. No, man, but yo, I'm glad to have you, bro. Like, you got me amped up, man. We did just do Mr. Sebastian's show on the Loud Spot. Please go check that out, man. So, he's got an amazing platform, man. A lot of music, a lot of really, entertaining things, similar to here, like, with music and stuff. We're gonna get to know this man today. I Sebastian, bro, I don't know about you, man, but I think I've said it to you before, but one of my favorite parts of doing this, man, is literally just meeting fucking cool people, bro.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? It's craziest.
When I first started podcasting, I didn't know the rabbit hole I was going down. I had no idea really. Okay, so when I started doing this, I just didn't know a lot about it. I didn't know anything about podcasting. I don't listen to podcasts. I don't, or I didn't used to anyways. I kind of do a little more now, but I didn't, only because I didn't want to get somebody else's style. I wanted my own thing. I wanted to do my own thing. But I had no idea, new, we're still considered new, but it's been, we started August of 2020 when I officially I uploaded my first episode, and fuck, it sucks, dude. It is not that good.
Mine too. I just got done watching some of my old stuff, and I like the conversation, but it's just like, I don't know why, but for some reason I used to talk like this. I'm doing this over here. And like, I was so direct with it. Like, I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah. Your voice will change. I think when I first started, it was, welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian. And now I say, welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian. I give you more energy into it a little bit, right?
Yeah, man. It's crazy, yo. But it's a fun time. Like you said, bro, it's like, I never thought that it was going to have the direction that it went in. Like, one thing that we were talking about on your show, we kind of ran out of time. We were talking shit. It was a lot of fun. But was like, the guests, man. The guests is like, I didn't even know I was going to have guests when I first started. I thought it was just going to be me talking shit. That was all I was looking forward to, honestly. I'm not going to even act like that was anything else. But I did used to listen to podcasts. Joe Rogan, we got a lot to live up to with expectations there. He was a big one. I used to love listening to Joe Rogan's podcast, especially when it was on YouTube. It was easy. Spotify started kind of, it's hard to fucking keep up after a while. I don't know. But I kind of liked it from there, but I always wanted to do this shit. Like, even before Yo, listen, this is a fucking good fact, actually. Before Joe Rogan, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, Joe, I love you, bro. But before your show, I had the idea for my shit. I didn't know what a podcast was at that time. I was just making videos. But yeah, I never would have imagined, the caliber of people I've spoken with, being able to speak with these people, or any of this shit. But hey, it's the life, bro. How do you
Fun fact, I've never heard one of Joe Rogan's episodes. Not one time.
Really?
I never heard it. I don't know. Personally, for me, I don't know for a fact, because I never listened to him, but I don't know if I'd find him that entertaining. But I've never listened to him, so maybe I would find him.
Yeah,
that's not really a fair statement to say, though, either.
Hey, listen, you got your judgment. You got your judgment reasons for whatever you reason. Listen, man.
Judging him.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I liked about Joe Rogan's podcast is, first off, he's a funny dude. Like, his podcast isn't because he's funny. That is my opinion about the Joe Rogan show. His podcast isn't famous because he's funny. It's not like he's like, Jim Carrey, and he's just like always entertaining you when you're seeing him. His podcast to me is interesting because he's intelligent. He's very intelligent. He has, and with that, he speaks with a wide variety of people that are also of intelligence, that are comedians, that are music, movies, whatever. But he speaks, especially even like, the scientists, politicians, whatever he's speaking with, Edward Snowden, like, he speaks but he speaks to them in a way where you can understand. That's what I sound like some monkey shit, but he speaks in a way where you can understand and get it. And that's what I liked about it. I like that he was talking about aliens and shit. And
I would like that. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I liked, man. I think Joe Rogan kind of was the voice of the not the stupid, but the voice of the regular, not the advanced class, but the people who were just like, what the fuck is they talking about? And then you got the person that breaks it down. Well, if you do this and do that, you get that, and you're like, oh shit, okay, I get it now. That's why I enjoyed it.
I think I have a prejudged. I don't even know what the fuck the word is, but I don't I guess because I started a podcast before listening to him, I have this, well, I don't want to be like him, so I'm going to do my own thing. But I do know he does have some interesting guests on there. So yeah, it's not, okay, I take back what I said. Maybe he's not boring. I don't know him. I never listened to his show. But yeah, the alien stuff, you're right. I would find that
I love that shit, man.
And now that I've done it long enough, now maybe I can go and listen and maybe fine tune even what I do. But even then, I don't know if I want to do that. I kind of like just doing myself, man. You know,
be you, bro. Yeah, it's worked for you so far. Be you all day, yo. But Sebastian, let's go ahead and start off here, man. I always have everybody who comes on my show to kind of introduce themselves, like, tell us how you're doing, and then kind of tell us a little bit about you and everything, like where you're from and everything.
So I'm originally, we'll start there. I'm originally from the Bay Area in California. And moved to Oklahoma. I've always been in the music industry, not always, I guess, but the rock industry since I was probably in high school. I've always loved rock music, and been into that kind of thing. And when COVID hit, I used to own my own like oil. I wouldn't say oil company, but it was a buy and sell mineral rights, which is oil rights, and selling to investors. And we were doing fantastic. COVID hit, shit hit the fan. Everything hit the fan. And I was like, well, I'm broke now. I used to have a lot of money. Now I don't have any money. And I said, what am I going to do? What do I want to do now? And I was like, I'm good at talking to people. I'm good at talking. And podcasts at first didn't really come to my mind. A buddy of mine named Jason wanted to come into my house, and we were taking some drinks. And we were talking about old school emo, like early 2000s emo music, like Taking Back Sunday and Dashboard Confessional, The Used, My Chemical Romance, all these kinds of bands. I said, man, wouldn't it be cool if we had like our own radio station and could play all these different songs? And how do you start a radio station? I don't know. But I went on my phone. I went on my phone and I was like, podcast app. Boom. All these different apps for podcasting came up, and I was like, let's start a podcast. It seems easy to play all these different music and things like that. And he never wound up doing the show with me, but I decided I was going to do it anyways. I said, I'm going to do this. And, I live in Oklahoma now, which is quite a culture. I've 17 years, February 21st. And on February 21st, I'll be in Oklahoma 17 years. So.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah. It's similar to me with Atlanta, man. I've been here for going on 11 years now. Like, I'm from Jersey, and I'm born and raised, it is a culture shock coming from, the East Coast, like city to the South, and Atlanta's still pretty city, but people think it's similar, but it really isn't. I'm sorry to say it. Like, I'm not saying it. I'm not downing it, but it's different. It's fucking New York City and Atlanta City is completely different. Do you like it? Do you like the difference between? Was it an adjustment?
It was at first. I lived in Sacramento for a little bit also, and Oklahoma City, when I first got here 17 years ago, it reminded me of Sacramento.
Got you.
So there was a lot of similarities, but also in Oklahoma, there's not a lot around Oklahoma City. It's really kind of rural outside of the metro area. Gotcha. And that took a little bit of getting used to, I guess, because like from Sacramento pretty much to San Francisco, it almost seems like one big city.
Yeah. That's what I'm used to. That's what I'm used to, like that. Just it's a city, you're in the city, you driving, and then you fucking in another city. You're just in another city. Like that was all like the area of Jersey where I grew up. It's just continuous, stores and cities and this and that. There is no break, and that was the difference. That was when I got to the South. Georgia's a little bit more widespread, and a little bit more land and development and stuff like that, or whatever. So, you get these stretches where there's not much, and that's within the towns. And you see why, like people are kind of close knit because everybody's in their areas. And up north, everybody's just crunched together, man, and just constantly rat racing it. But I love it.
I'll tell you a funny story about Atlanta. Well, I guess, okay, so Atlanta. So I joined the Army right out of high school. Okay. And they had me in Fort Benning, Georgia, okay?
Okay.
Got the airplane, and it is humid. It's like, and I wasn't used to that being from but I liked it. I thought it was cool. So I go through basic training, graduate basic training. My parents are there for the graduation ceremony, right? And they take me to the mall in Atlanta because Fort Benning, Georgia is right near Atlanta.
Yep.
Okay. So we go to Atlanta, go to the mall. And man, the first meal I had outside of basic training was Chick-fil-A.
Oh man, yeah. Everybody swears by
I
Chick-fil-A.
loved it. But let me tell you one thing, and I'm gonna tell anybody that is joining the Army and that might be going to basic training right after high school. When you leave basic training, do not go to a fast food restaurant and eat anything because your body's not used to it. Dude, I had the worst upset stomach I'd ever had in my life. Like the worst. Dude, I thought I was going to die, bro. It was the worst. And as much as I still love Chick-fil-A, many times when I eat there, I go back to when I was 18 years old.
Gotta hit you, right?
Eating Chick-fil-A, man, it was the worst experience ever. Chick-fil-A was still good, though.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A was they had Chick-fil-A in Jersey too. It wasn't as big as it was in the South, as at least that from what I can remember. Chick-fil-A was like always in the mall. And we go to the mall, maybe we check it out or whatever. But when we got down south, Chick-fil-A is like freaking church down here and shit. Closed on Sunday church. But it's like I don't know. I don't fucking know. It's good. I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's just not my thing, man. Like when they were having that whole big battle about the chicken sandwich from Popeyes and the one from Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah, man.
The Popeyes one by a landslide for me, bro. I love that shit.
Their pickles were better. See, to me, okay, so I'm not a big pickle person. Like I like pickles, but I'm not like huge on pickles. But I will tell you, Popeyes pickles were good on that sandwich. They tasted good, man.
Good. I had pictures like I was like I was a fucking hustler or something like that. I had pictures of chicken sandwiches and shit. Because remember, when they came out, the fucking the lines. I'm not gonna lie. I was on the line, bro. Like me and my girl, we all wanted that shit. It was like a sport. Like you had to get one. But the lines were wrapped around like it was Six Flags or some shit, bro. And I'm sitting there like sitting in the line like a stupid fat asshole. And I'm sitting there just waiting to listen to the music about waiting for a damn chicken sandwich from a store that's really made by some 8th graders that's got their first job. Dropping my shit. It's fucking chaos we was eating back then. Because it was wild, bro. But I love that. I love Chick-fil-A is good though. I mean, it's good. I don't know. I don't get the hype, man. I feel like I can make a better chicken sandwich in my house.
I'm from California, so I think. Well, okay, so like a big restaurant out in California, which is not everywhere, is In-N-Out Burger.
I've always wanted to try that shit, bro. You hear so much about it.
What makes me upset, since talking about fast food, what makes me upset though is when people try to say, well, Whataburger, which I don't think they have Whataburger in Atlanta.
I think they have one. Yeah, I think they have, or maybe I'm thinking of not Whataburger. I don't know. I think they got something. Wahlburger. What's Wall?
I think the Wahlburger is like the Mark Wahlberg's.
Mark Wahlberg.
Like I don't know if it's Mark, where like maybe his brother's restaurant or something like that.
Yeah, that they got that. I know that for sure.
But people compare In-N-Out Burger to like Whataburger here in Oklahoma, and to me, I'm like, they're not even the same. To me, it's like saying, what's better, Taco Bell or Jack in the Box tacos? It's like it's not the same. It's like they're both tacos, but they're different. They're different. To me, even though In-N-Out's a fast food burger restaurant and Whataburger's a fast food burger restaurant, they're completely different styles of burgers. It's just everyone in Oklahoma wants to have some bullcrap Oklahoma pride about something stupid. Gotcha. And sorry, I live in Oklahoma, but I'm just saying they're proud over some stupid things over here that I'm like
trying to make it work, trying to make it happen.
You can tell you never left the state. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you, bro. Yo, listen, but I mean, I can't believe we're talking about like fast food shit. But listen, that's what I love about. That's another thing I love about like just talking with cool people. Recently, I've been doing a lot. We've been doing these things we do live on the line. We go live on Sundays, and we have a panel. Man. Like we have a panel discussion, and I would love you to come on, bro. We talk about fucking anything and everything, and I love it. And that's somebody we've been talking like, because we get a lot of new people who come on, like, join the panel every week or whatever. And we always ask like, what's some of your, favorite interviews to do? Mm-hmm. And for me, it's shit like this, bro. I love just talking shit. I love there's gotta be a structure and a balance. Now I don't give a fuck about that. Like, you'll find it, depending on how developed you are in doing this. But I don't like when people are scared to talk shit. Like people are scared. I've been to a lot of shows where people are like, oh, I gotta make sure I ask the next question. Like, listen, let the shit flow, out your ass, Chick-fil-A shit, whatever.
One thing I like about your show, and I just got to meet you. I want to say thank you to Steve Joyner, who introduced the two of us
Thank
together. You know, I kind of see who he works with. It's energetic type people. You know, I kind of get that, especially after talking with you. And I forgot my thought. Damn it, I do that all the time.
You did that a couple times so far.
I know.
You think a lot.
That's why I have. Well, I'm always overthinking what I'm trying to say.
Me too, bro. I get you.
We were talking about.
We were talking about doing shows like, you know, favorite guests and stuff like that. And
yeah. Okay. Sometimes the bigger the guests you have on, the more they have to be careful what they say.
Yeah, very true.
And when you have somebody, so sometimes some of the smaller guests that you have on the show, they're not really, maybe they don't have a manager, or it doesn't matter what they say. But some of these big people, like, you know, when you had Tommy Chong on, you know, there's certain things he's probably not supposed to say on a public platform. Because I know when I interviewed Lou Ferrigno, the Hulk, right? There was at the same convention, there was Leatherface was there. The guy who played Leatherface.
Shit, really?
Chainsaw Massacre, yeah. And I wanted him on the show also, and I don't know if he was bullshitting me. Maybe he just didn't want to do the show. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, you know, Netflix apparently had a thing where he signed a NDA or a contract or something that says he's not allowed to do shows without their approval, or that they don't approve. Yeah. Because you never know what he's going to say, and they're trying to protect their brand. The movie just came out, and so he was real like, I don't know what. And also the guy that played Michael Myers in the new Halloween movie, he was okay. Jude Courtney. He was also there. I ran a panel for him and got to ask the audience questions or point to people who's going to ask questions. But he also probably couldn't do the podcast because the movie hadn't even come out yet. It was about to come out. And if he says something he's not supposed to say,
exactly,
you better believe I'm going to air that shit, dude.
Oh, yeah,
shit. And
somebody will.
And they know these things.
Yeah.
And because of that, they protect their brand. The movies protect themselves. The networks are protecting themselves. But, you know, you get someone like me on, or some, you know, garage band who only has like 1,000 Spotify listeners or whatever, because we're more music focused.
Yeah.
They say whatever the hell they want, man. They say whatever they want.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, and you're absolutely right, man. And I mean, and with understanding, like, you know, definitely reasonable. You can't just be out there recklessly, you know, being involved in so many things. You know, even for us, man. I was just telling you a story before we jumped on here. Like, you know, I'm not the biggest name by far. You know what I'm saying? But I still try to uphold like a certain, you know, image that I want to maintain. I don't want people to see me with certain situations. I don't say yes to everything. When I first started, one of the biggest things that I was like, you know, I was so willing to just like, you know, get involved and dive into this shit. I was way more acceptable to having certain guests on and talking about certain situations, because I didn't really have, you know, I didn't really find myself yet or my show yet. And now I have way more of an understanding of like, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to, like, you know, say even with drinking, like, you know, like I've said it plenty of times, like I used to drink and just feel like I needed that shit to be interesting. Now I do it every now and then just to drink and have fun and shit.
Right.
But you know, you have to maintain your imagery, bro, especially these big names. You know, people don't want to say something and have it be used against you, especially in the world we live in now. It's easy to clip something and just pay attention to that and take it out of context and mess up your whole damn career. Look at Roseanne.
And you know, I recently had a band called Nonpoint on the show, for anyone who knows who they are. And there's a segment where he said something, and I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want people to go back and find it. They can go find it, but they won't know what I'm talking about because they're not going to catch it probably. But I could have took that clip out and put it online, and he probably, you know, not made him look good. But if you watch the whole entire thing, you get the joke. You
exactly,
get the gesture. But, you know, they do that in politics on TV also. They say the president or whoever said this or this. And then you go back and watch the whole thing. Yeah, okay, he said that, but you know what he was actually talking about.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And I catch myself saying stuff like that all the time. Like, man, I could really fuck this dude up if I wanted to. But I'm not going to do that.
That's why too, though, man. Because like as like we're hosts, man. You know what I mean? Like we hold these platforms as big or little as whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whether you Joe Rogan or you Joe Schmogan, like whoever the fuck you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I'm started up 3 years in. I had Tommy Chong on. Tommy Chong could have said some shit on my show, and I could have been like, oh, look at this. This somebody people. I still do it. Like what's interesting that people's going to be interested in speaking with, but I never do it with like the malicious intent. Like let me find something that's gonna fucking downgrade him. Because what is that going to do for you, really? You might get a popular clip. You might get who put that out. Oh, let me go check out the rest of his shit. But are you really going to get anybody else to take you serious? Are you going to get anybody else that trusts you? Like, so you're digging your own fucking grave trying to get like that instant popularity, bro. I believe in that long-term genuine shit, man. I believe in that respect. I believe in, you have Tommy Chong on, you try to make him look as good as he possibly can. One big thing I do, even though I introduce you, I introduce everybody like they the fucking president of the United States, man. You're the greatest person in the planet. You know why? Because you are, first off. And then secondly, because I want everybody to know that you are. I want people turning the show. Who the fuck is Sebastian? Why this guy over here? Sebastian's on my fucking show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's important, man. Because then people like you. They like you. They're like, man, I fucking can't wait to go back to that guy. And it's not just a ploy. It's honesty. Like, I'm fucking happy to have you on and talk with you about this stuff.
You ever deal with any egotistical like podcasters that think their shit don't stink? And because I've talked to a couple people myself that maybe we're gonna cross shows and they talk this big game. And I go look at their numbers. I'm like, I mean, all right.
Yeah, there's some people. That's why you got to be humble, bro. That's why to me, that's why I always try to be humble, because like numbers is definitely a big thing. It's very hard to catch on, and there's a lot of people doing a lot of shit out there that's trying to act like they catching on, but they paying a lot of motherfuckers. They paying a lot of them numbers, and we see them every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, but numbers are hard, man, because even with big names and stuff like that, like some of my shows, I've had shows. My Halloween special did almost 1,000 views. I didn't pay not one person. It literally, the first fucking night it came out, I was like, I'm sitting in my head because I've done 3 Halloween specials so far, and they've done okay. They've done okay. I had a couple numbers here and there, but my Halloween special I was marketing the shit out of it everywhere. I was on shows talking about it. First fucking night, I was like, okay, I hope it gets like 100. Please get 100. I'm working my ass off on this. I should have like 500 the first night. And I was ecstatic. I was like, holy shit. I never would have thought that. Never happened before. And then it just started building. I never would have imagined that. I didn't pay not one fucking person. None of that, bro. I don't do none of that.
Algorithms probably picked it up for whatever the reason is.
That was
I've had shows that I thought were not great. That I'm like, it was okay. And then the algorithms, like on Saliva, we had like 2,000 something people look at that in like the first week. And I'm thinking, what? And now, granted, it was a band called Saliva. They had a song, Click, Click, Boom.
Oh shit, I know Saliva, yeah.
So but it's a different singer now. It's not Josie. It's a guy named Bobby Emery. So they have a new lead singer. Well, I wouldn't even say new. It's been on the show for probably 12 years, or not show. It's been in the band for about 12 years. They have some new songs coming out, but I was surprised how well it did. And then I had Bam Margera's manager on the show. And that he was funny. I taught his name is Jack Daniel. Super cool dude. We're sitting there hanging out. First time we're hanging out, I take him out to a bar. He doesn't drink though, even though his name is Jack Daniel, but he doesn't drink. Yeah. And we're hanging out, and he goes, you know what, man? I'll do your show. And he goes, you know what? TMZ's been trying to get me to talk about the time that Bam Margera spilt his like Grey Goose or whatever on him. And there's a clip on the TMZ website or YouTube channel or whatever.
Yeah.
He goes, but I'll talk about it on your show. And I was like, all right, cool. So you know what I did? I played the clip for him while he was sitting down right next to me. He was sitting right next to me. And I played it. He goes, man, that hurts. Man, that hurt. but you know what was cool about that is that had a lot of views. That had a lot of views, and we got a lot of subscribers because of it. So that was cool that Jack did that. He wouldn't have done it if he didn't have a ride, because he didn't drive to Oklahoma, so he was relying on a ride or Uber or whatever, or another car. I was like, bro, I'll take you. And I did it with intent to get him on the show.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, but
be sure honest about it, right?
Yeah. But we wound up being friends, and we still talk to each other every now and again. He manages a bunch of other people as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with, like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is our job, man. You know what I mean? Like, this is what we're doing, or at least one of our jobs. Like, you know, this is what we're doing. Like, when I'm talking to, you know, Larry Hank and whoever's coming on, like, you know, when I'm talking to these people, I'm not I try my best not to be like, you know, the business guy. Like, hey, I'm just trying to get you on my shoulder so I can get numbers. But let's be realistic, man. Like, when you're talking to a girl at a bar, like, you know, I'm not trying to just, get in your pants and shit right away. I'm trying to get to know you. I'm trying to see if we could be cool. I'm trying to talk to you a little bit. But I do got ulterior motives going around a little bit. But it's all about how you structure the conversation. It's all about how you respect somebody. It's all about how you approach it. It's all the same shit, man. It just comes down to, you were cool. Like you say, it was just, giving you a ride. He wouldn't have did it. He honestly wouldn't have did it if he wasn't a cool dude. And you know what I'm saying? He didn't have to fucking use his motherfucking friend. Yeah. But you were cool. You know what I'm saying? You did it how you did it. You kind of put yourself in, opened up that opportunity for yourself. That's really what it's all about, man. Taking advantage of the opportunities that you have. And that's incredible.
I'd like to see on your show, and I'm gonna say this on your show. There's a lady named Susanna Malik. Okay.
Oh, okay.
She's in Star Wars. She's in The Mandalorian.
Okay.
And she's like one of those actors. I think she always wears a costume. She was also on Little Women of LA. She is one of the funniest. In fact, her Instagram name, if you want to find her on Instagram, is One Short Bitch. That's her name on Instagram. Dude, she's like 4'2", and you cannot forget the 4'2.5", because she will call you out on it. Susanna Malik. She mailed me a couple signed autographs here. I got her number, man. You will love her, and I'm gonna try to get her to talk to you on the show. You would love that, man.
I would love to talk to you on the show. You seem awesome already. I don't even know you. I'm gonna look you up right now.
She's cool, man. She's loud, and she don't give no shits about nothing, dude. But
that's fucking my shit. Yeah.
We did an improv episode. With Oklahoma City Improv. I had her on, and she goes, "What the hell?" She says something about something about coming in her ear. She still can't hear me coming, or something like that. She's dirty, dude. She's dirty.
I love shit like that, man. Yo, listen, I would fucking love to have her on. You can maybe go check out all this stuff now. It's crazy. Like, and once again, man, just like we're talking, like, damn, like, who would have ever thought, like, just like somebody like that? I haven't even heard of her, but networking and just what's it called? You feel people energy, like, I love this shit, man. I love this shit with all my heart. Like, I hope I do this for the rest of my life, and just keep going into it however far it goes. I love it, man. But Sebastian, I wanted to ask you real quick. Sorry, you have something to say? I don't want to cut you off.
No, go ahead. I'll bring it up later. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask you, like, one big thing that you're saying with your show is you you deal with a lot of music, and just want to ask, did you ever, even though you were like a fan of it, were you ever in like a band or anything like that? Did you ever do music yourself?
Yeah. So I was a drummer for a long time, though I not even claim the fame at all, but I was in a band called Cricket growing up in Vacaville, California. And Papa Roach is from Vacaville, California. Also, I grew up with a lot of bands. Like Papa Roach made a big band called Die Trying.
Yeah.
They had a music video that was on TRL for a while. Jason Jensen was kind of one of my homies. So I was in the band also. But one thing I didn't realize, and I learned this later on talking to my producer named Sam, if you're from the same hometown, there's a very small chance more than one band's going to get signed from that hometown, because the style is a lot of times similar.
Gotcha.
People go, they go back and forth. But we thought we were going to make it. At one point we were sponsored by Rockstar Energy Drink.
Oh shit! Okay. Yeah,
so we played some Rockstar shows. We had a DJ in our band, which was really big in like the late '90s, early 2000s. We thought we sounded like Incubus. We didn't sound like them at all.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, I go back and listen to them like, that wasn't that good.
It wasn't that good. Oh, okay.
I was actually a drummer from the time I have drumsticks tattooed on my arms since 1998.
Oh shit! Okay.
They kind of look like long, skinny penises now. But they used to look
like drumsticks.
Yeah. But that was until I guess I don't know. Till I started the podcast, I guess I played music off and on. And one thing I like about podcasting is I rely on just myself. I don't need a whole band around me, and I get to talk to all these bands. And when I talk to them, I feel like I'm in the band. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
My major reason why I even play the drums is well, one, everyone else in the band bought the other instruments that were cheaper and had to get drums. But two, you know, my parents are friends with Dave Buckner. Dave Buckner is the original drummer from Last Resort. And you know, he was on or Papa Roach with Last Resort, and
that's my shit right there.
Album, and the second album no longer was in the band today, but was their main drummer for a long time. My parents and his parents were friends, and so we got to spend some time together when I was a kid with my sister. And he didn't intentionally inspire me to play the drums, I would say, but because he was a drummer, and when I started the band, I was like, you know, I'll be the drummer, I guess, also. And so that was kind of, and the name Cricket was not because of Papa Roach.
Roach.
Wasn't like two insects.
How many fucking books you gonna have?
maybe that's why no one ever really wanted to sign us. So like, this Papa Roach wannabes.
Gotcha. You know? Oh man, I didn't even think about that until you just said that shit. I didn't put that together at all.
Yeah, no, we thought about it a lot. Like, should we change our name? Like, no, we like the name Cricket. And we used to walk around each other, go. Like it's so
man,
stupid. We were so dumb, man.
That guys are great.
We had fun with it.
Hell yeah. I can imagine, bro. I wish that I know stuff like that. Me and my cousins, we used to try to do like, you know, music stuff. We actually had like kind of like a label idea and everything. We were making music for a minute. My cousin's still making music. Cool. He's got some singles out and stuff like that. My uncle's a drummer. You know, that's one of the. I mean, he drummed for a house music group. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but called Louis Vega and the Elements of Fire. They actually played at the Super Bowl in fucking 2017, man. So yeah, he's toured all over the world. Gerard Snell, giant drummer, man. I've always been interested in the drums because of that. Just kind of wanted to, you know, do a part of that, but I was never good, man. My coordinacy is like whatever you call it. I suck, man. My son's trying to play now, but I just never was good.
You know, I wasn't. Well, no one's really good, but I'm Puerto Rican out, and my dad's plays the congas and stuff like that. So rhythm and music has kind of always been in my family. Different, obviously not rock music, dude. When I started listening to rock music, is when I forgot how to dance.
Really?
Because I used to dance good, and then I found myself listening to like, you know, my senior year in high school at the prom. I found myself like trying to like, you know, trying to do that instead of like dancing. I was trying to rock out. And I'm like, man, what the hell happened to my rhythm? Like my drum rhythm is still there, but my dancing rhythm like went out the window.
Yeah, but, I got you. So you're your whole heritage, everything Puerto Rican?
My dad's full blood Puerto Rican. My mom is half Puerto Rican, half Sicilian.
Okay, got a little Italian in there too. Damn, y'all got some fucking amazing food, I bet.
Oh yeah. But we also, when I get pissed, man, I get pissed.
Oh,
my sister,
bro.
we get upset, we get hot-headed. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man. Yeah, I'm half Puerto Rican and the other half my father's full black. My mom is Puerto Rican and white, and my dad is full black. So
you know what's funny? The first time I talked to you on the phone, I was going to ask if you were part Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Only because you said you were from Jersey.
Yeah. Yep.
And a lot of Puerto Ricans are in Jersey. And if you're and you're black, but you can also tell there's something else in there. And the only thing I can think is it's either Puerto Rican or Cuban, probably, or something like
Cuban. I've heard Cuban.
Yeah.
Cuban and Dominican is always like the biggest one. Everybody's like, I'm Dominican. But my mother never knew her mom. And that was what was crazy. Like, you know, that's why I don't speak Spanish. I didn't get a lot of culture. Here's a crazy, you know, fact about Brian B. Like recently, my mother's family hit me and my sister up on Facebook, and we were kind of able to ask her questions about, like, you know, our grandmother and stuff like that or whatever. It's, you know, listen, bro, this technology is another. I never even thought to myself that would ever be an option. I never even like wanted it to be an option. Honestly, I didn't really care. But when it happened, I was like, holy shit, I do have questions, I guess. Like, make sure I don't have like, no family. I don't even know I had and shit.
My mom has a sister that she just found out about 3 years ago. And, you know, my mom's like probably 70 or so now. And her sister, I think, is only either a few months younger or older than she is. because my grandfather, he was sleeping around. He was sleeping around, I guess.
Yeah, listen.
And Ancestry.com, but they never knew the family. And my mom did the Ancestry.com thing, and one of her daughters did it. Reached out to my mom, was like, "Hey, I think you're my aunt." And my mom was like, "What is going on over here?"
Crazy, yo.
And then we had a big old family reunion in this last July, 4th of July. We did a big family reunion out in Northern California. We all flew out there and got to meet my mom's sister, which is, my new aunt I never knew I had.
Yeah.
And also all her kids and all their kids. So it was a big old family reunion. It was super fun, man. It was really fun.
Yeah. That's awesome, bro. I was always big on. We were always really big on family. We had the family I knew. It was crazy because it was all black. Like I just had all my black family my whole life. My other side of the family, my mom's dad's side, we never really knew. He was like kind of just to himself. He didn't really have that much family. And my dad had a big family, and then his brother's wife had an even bigger family. So that was like what I grew up in. We had the family reunions and we had, things, but it was kind of crazy because it was always like married in family more than our real family. Cause our real family is like so spread out. Like everybody's like everywhere, but it's like you just said, it's so much fun, meeting your family and your blood and sharing stories and finding out where you come from and why you do the shit you do and stuff like that. It's amazing, bro. That's why I try to keep my kids involved. Like, with family as much as I can, because everybody's so fucking spread out, man, doing their own thing.
What's even crazier is my mom's sister's kids, which my first cousins. We grew up in the same hometown. And Vacaville ain't that big, bro. Vacaville ain't that big. And one of my cousins used to go to all the Papa Roach concerts when they were local. I used to go there, so I'm like, I wonder if I must have seen him at some point, because
I'm trying to tell you, right?
Community center was not that big. So it's just so weird that we never ever connected, or like all our ages were just kind of staggered enough to where we weren't in the same grade at the same time. Because my parents had 3 kids and they had four kids. So it was just really weird. And even the same high school, dude.
That is fucking crazy, yo. Man. It's crazy that you saying it's crazy, but it's like literally, like I just told you, like I have a whole fucking side of my family I don't even know. And they were from, my mother her side of the family was from New York City in the Bronx, I think, and that's where they still reside now. And apparently, when I was a baby, because I'm the oldest, and then my sister came, she's a year after me, and when I was a baby, I met him apparently, but I fucking know, 1 year old, but so it's like, they're there. They never went anywhere, but that's not far away from where I am. I'm fucking, a damn 30-minute ride away from, New York City from where I am. Mm-hmm. So it's so crazy. Like you're saying, man, how many times have you stood next to your cousin? How many times did you try to hook up with it? They just had that.
You try not to think about it. You try not to think about it.
I'm trying to say it. Like they had that story recently.
It's happened.
Yeah.
Out there, they're like, half brothers and sisters or cousins, and they're in a relationship. Like, what do you do? What do you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to break up. I mean, you just got to.
Do you? I mean,
you got to, man.
That's a lot of. Listen. You just beautiful. It's crazy to think about. This is some live on the line shit right here. P-Line. You're getting some free shit right now. It's crazy to think about.
Is this live?
No, we're not. We're not live. This is what we talk. This is the shit we talk about online. So be like, if you want to know, we talk about live in the line. This shit right here. This is what we talk about. But you go through all of this stuff, and you have a relationship that you built. Just think of it. Think of you got a wife right now, whatever. You've been with that person for this long. You built the trust. You built the thing. You had to fight. You had the kids. Whatever you got to do. Then all of a sudden, you fucking find out some crazy ass magic shit. It was my sister this whole time.
I guess if you're not happy though, you got to pass to leave.
That's the best pass you ever had. You can't argue.
That's a hall pass forever. That's a hall pass forever.
Damn, that's crazy. That is fucking it really is crazy. It was recent story too. They just had this somebody came out and said they found out that they were like brother and sister or some shit like that recently. They had kids, everything.
Like, why are my kids so fucked up? Oh, because we're related.
Yeah, that means a lot. Dude, fucking self-reflecting.
You know what sucks about having a podcast to me sometimes? Not that it sucks, but I don't like being so PC, because you got to be careful. I was watching the other day. I was watching some of Living Color skits. Okay.
Oh man.
Remember
Watch
Handyman?
list right there.
Remember Handyman?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Handicap superhero. Dude, that would not fly today.
Nah.
And dude, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, to me, number one, was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. And there's a scene in there where he's like throwing up because he's making out with Finkel, his Einhorn or whatever.
And now she's a man.
And things like that, you know. And it's to me, there's comedy, and then there's purposely hate, right?
Exactly,
And as times change, you can't go back and delete. You can't go back and delete history because it's not the narrative anymore. I think the narrative, but being a podcaster and being 40 years old, some of the stuff that I find humorous, I've said things on my show where I've either edited it out or I'm like, I'll leave it in there. I don't know.
I feel you, man.
It's hard, and I don't like to have to do that. But I have to catch myself sometimes, and that's what makes it difficult.
Yeah,
especially as the show grows, but also your show grows. You don't want people to go back and find your other stuff, and then all of a sudden you're canceled.
Yeah, but see, that the thing about it is, man, this sucks, and this really sucks. Like you're saying, for people like podcasting, stand-up comedians, that's another big one.
Yeah, man.
Or people hosting shows. That's been another big thing recently. When I started this show, the Beeline, actually, my name's Brian, all that shit, whatever. But the Beeline, actually, the whole premise for it when I started it 10 years ago was straight to the point. That was supposed to be a thing. I don't give a fuck what you think, what you heard. I'm telling you my point of view directly. I don't want you to take it. Oh, I think he's saying this. No, you don't think I'm saying shit. I'm straight to the point. This is exactly what I'm saying. That was my point, bro. Because exactly what you're saying now, this is before the cancel culture. This is still back when we were using the words like gay to describe shit, which I understand why is not the best, choice or terminology to use.
But I remember as a kid, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'll go back to your point. But I remember when I was a kid, I would tell my brother, man, you're gay, dude. And you know what he used to say to me? Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? And guess what? He's gay. Now he actually is gay. Yeah, and I went to a wedding in the Bahamas, which you all went to. But that was a thing to say back in the day, man. You're gay.
It just was.
You say it amongst your friends. You say it amongst your friends. And you don't mean you're actually gay. It's just kind of a way of saying pussy. And you can't even really say that anymore,
But see, to your point, though, and to the point, like what we're saying is, that's why it's like there's certain things that you have to be careful if you're trying to investigate what you're going to incriminate somebody with. Like you can't dig back. We all understand for a fact, bro. We used to use the word very loosely. It wasn't the best word to use loosely. And what did we have? We had an awakening, and we said, okay, yeah, this isn't the best word to maybe use. Everybody came to a mutual understanding, said, it's not using shit no more, right? Yeah. Okay, no more. And then bam. Now, if you use it and you're on your show calling people that, now you can be like, all right, motherfucker, we figured it out. You ain't supposed to do that no more. You still doing it. So now we can hit on you, right? But if you're going to go back to my show I did 20 years ago, and so he said it, fuck you. Like,
I know. So what? People do that. People do that shit. There's a band called Falling in Your Voice about, getting pretty much canceled for something you said a long time ago, when at that point it was not offensive to say that. A long time ago when I was a kid, what year did you graduate? 2005, 2006?
Yeah, 2006.
Okay, so 2001, right? So you were in junior high when I was in high school. So not a big age gap there. Back in the day, we used to go to assemblies in our school, and they would say sit Indian style.
Mm-hmm. Yep, all day.
You can't say Indian style anymore. But the crazy thing is, I don't even think the Native Americans were the ones that were offended by that. Now they say you got crisscross applesauce. That is fucking. I want to say that again. I'm gonna say that.
You almost fucked up right there. See, it's hard because it's like,
it's stupid.
That was funny. That was fucking. Yo, listen, Beeline, listen. Don't be canceling nobody. That was fucking funny. Man. He found an opening right there. I fucking naturally just almost cried, yo. Listen,
I did
cry. That was fucking funny, yo. That was funny. But it's like, that's how hard it is, man. There's some shit that crisscross applesauce. That's fucking even worse. The Indians are saying, yo, just sit Indian style, right? But I get it, man. I get it. It's like you don't want to be disrespectful, man. That's the biggest thing. Coming from like our Puerto Rican, black, like you don't want people to fucking try to type culture you or try to degrade you, for what you are or who you are. That's the biggest thing. And of course I understand that. Of course, probably most people understand it. Besides, like dicks and assholes who don't take it seriously. But if you're gonna be that over extra investigator trying to incriminalize or just trying to be righteous on your personal level or whatever the fuck you want to call it, you're always going to find something, man. You're always going to find something, bro. Like, people aren't perfect. People make mistakes. The one big thing, I'm a huge wrestling fan, bro. And you get a lot of shit.
I had the Bushwhackers on. And
remember the Bushwhackers, bro?
Well, I had one of the Bushwhackers, Luke Bushwhacker, I think is who it was.
Yeah.
And Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Barber Beefcake.
Oh, that guy was fucking boring to talk to. Jesus Christ, man. But the Bushwhacker guy was cool. And I'm allowed to say, I'm never going to talk to him again. I don't care if he sees this. He was boring. He was the most boring interview I ever had. You ever want to interview someone? Do not interview Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Oh, shit.
Do not. But I will say the Luke Bushwhacker, he was cool. He was just, Brutus didn't even want to be there, dude. He was like, and his back was hurting. He could barely turn his neck. He was like, what'd you ask me?
Oh, he was trying to be on so he was on some dick shit. Like he was like an asshole kind of.
I think he's in pain.
Them guys with their bodies on the line. He didn't really want to do the episode. And that's you're not gonna and I asked about his because he had the scissors and stuff like that, and he had a couple jokes, but sometimes I say things on podcast that I'm like, I probably shouldn't have said that, like the whole gay thing now was funny. I thought it was like the perfect spot for it. But I don't care about that. That one was funny. We won't say it. We know not to say it. Okay, so you go clip that clip. I'll fucking clip a clip too. I post way more than all y'all motherfuckers, so I ain't worried. But
the Lou Ferrigno, one thing I said to him, which I didn't think about till really a month after the interview. I don't think I did a great job interviewing him. It was kind of on the spot, and I wasn't really prepared for it. And also, I'm not a big you're a Hulk fan. I'm not. And so one thing I did, I see that. Well, it's actually, I guess it'd be this way. Am I backwards on you? Kind of normal. Is that right or is that wrong?
Yeah. You're this way. I can't forget.
Okay. Anyways. One thing I said to him was, I said, we're there to talk about the Incredible Hulk. Okay, we're there to talk about the Hulk. That's the whole point of why he's on my show. Yeah. And I was like, and I broke the ice with, and this was fine. I said, I like King of Queens.
Yeah.
But then what I said wasn't that the best show ever? And I think he was probably like, no, motherfucker, the Hulk.
I'm the Hulk, nigga. Yeah.
Afterwards, I was like, oh man, I kind of screwed that one up, man. I should have not said that's the best show ever. But for me, I was a bigger fan of King of Queens than I was the Incredible Hulk, because I wasn't a big comic guy growing up, and I didn't watch it. So I had to act like I cared what he was talking about. And I not that I didn't, I just didn't know a lot. But luckily Sam was there, kind of coaching me on what, like I could, he kind of on the other side of the screen, like ask this or ask that. And so he made it a little bit better for me. Thank God I had him there, because otherwise I would have just totally bombed that whole entire interview, man.
I feel you, bro. I mean, it happens, and I'm not gonna lie. Like even now, still, I got a bunch of other interviews that I have coming up. Some really big names, and I get nervous still. You know what I'm saying? Like when I did the Tommy Chong interview, it was one of those things where it was like, I've talked to a couple of people at this point, but Tommy Chong was never big to me as far as Cheech and Chong. I'll be honest, it wasn't my era. You know what I mean? Like I didn't grow up in that. Tommy Chong. Yeah. He was big to me, where I was seeing him in like the rap videos and stuff like that, and I wasn't like the weed head like that or whatever, but I liked Snoop, I liked that stuff, whatever. But the biggest was that 70s show. When he was on that 70s show and he played Leo.
He's still on that 70s show. He's still on that 70s. That 90s show is what they call it now. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
He was on there. He was on there.
I'll tell you what. Here,
Hitchhiker.
Real quick, Sebastian. Let me go ahead and do this. Let's go do this. Hey, Beeline, we're gonna try to keep the entertainment show. We talking a lot recently. We had a lot of great guests. But hey, listen, let's do a quick review. So, recommendation. I'll say it's a recommendation because I'm a fan of the series. But we got to do a little bit of with the beginning on the that 90s show. I kind of personally thought. Did you watch that 70s show growing up, Sebastian?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I personally loved that 70s show. I thought it was a great show. It was great for the time. Reckless kind of conversation. They weren't scared to kind of press boundaries. I love the shit. The 90s show. Here's one big thing. Like the nostalgia in it. It just didn't hit for me, bro. The 90s is one of the best time periods in fucking life. Okay, I don't fuck the 70s, 80s. I don't care about none of that. The 90s, bro. I know because it's mine.
I agree with you,
bro. It's greatness, yo. Like Goosebumps and all the shit. And I'm just looking at this shit. And I'm just like, there's nothing. That
was the last great decade. I think was the 90s before technology completely took over. Which
obliterated.
We have that, but I think the 90s was the last great decade before. What we have today.
I say it all the time, yo. Our generation, the 80s, we are the last generation that's going to know what it's like to grow up in a world without computers. We're the last. When we die, our fucking when we hit the old age of 70s and 80s and whatever, we're the last ones. Our kids, that's it, bro. They just know what it's like to have computers and everything in their hands and all that shit or whatever. It was just basically starting really. Not to everybody having it, but you had some people had car phones and some people had fat ass cell phones or suitcase cell phones. Some people ain't had that shit really, but now everybody has computers in the house and everything.
Oh, we're doing a review on that 90s show though, right? Is that what we're doing still?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I say this because I was worried I wasn't gonna like it if they did not bring back all the old characters for them being their kids and try to do something that to me saved the show. I liked that better. I thought Fez's character was great in it.
Yeah.
Like you said, Chong was Tommy Chong played I said Hitchhiker earlier, but I meant he was in the woods like, hiking or whatever.
Yeah.
I like that. If I was to give that 70s show, the original that 70s show, if I would say that 90s show wasn't as good because they try to do a lot of times when you try to redo something, it doesn't turn out as great because you have a lot of the same puns that just aren't funny anymore. But man, if I would give it if I gave that 70s show a 10 out of 10, I would give that 90s show a 7 out of 10.
A 7? Damn, that's still higher than I would give it. I mean,
I liked it.
It was like, I don't know, man. I think it's because
you give it a 5. 5?
Listen, I might give it a 5. I might give it a 5.
If you're in a good mood, like really a 4 or a 2.
I would have to really think because I think just like you said, what saved the show, in my opinion, the new cast. I wasn't feeling it, man.
No, and they tried to. One thing I thought, and this is just me. I'm just being honest, okay?
Yeah.
I think when you really so they had Fez, right? But then they had this gay Asian kid in the show. Then they had,
trying to play his position.
But then they had the black girl and the white guy that were like half brother and sister.
It just
they're trying to bring so much of what's culturally appropriate now to the show, which is I'm not complaining that's not a bad thing to do. But when you try too hard, you're trying too hard. Like just make it more of a natural. I get you want everyone involved. You want these different cultures involved, but it ain't offending me. You ain't got no fucking Puerto Ricans on that show. Like, I don't care. I'm just trying to watch the show.
That's how I feel too, bro. Because it's like a lot of the structure of these movies and stuff like that are all narrative driven, bro. It's not like they just want to fill those placeholders, and that's why it's not like the show is trying to fit all of those categories, but it's not building like the premise and they tried to land on like a cliffhanger to where it was like it wasn't even really a cliffhanger. I thought, listen, bro, I'm not excited about the new season. Remember Eric and Donna's relationship was really big, but then you had Kelso and Jackie, and then you had Hyde and Fez doing it. It just
Hyde wasn't in there because he's in that whole sex scandal.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
He's doing. Yeah,
he beat it. He did beat it, but
did he? Oh, okay, right on.
he did
I
beat
didn't
it.
know
He's
that.
not, so everything's alleged now. But I'm saying, like, I don't know what he did. It sucks that you had to take on that character if it
I
is
didn't pay
something that he really
attention.
didn't do. But
I
yeah,
didn't pay
man,
attention. He probably did really do it. He just had good lawyers and good PR people to.
it's possible.
You never know. But
Yeah.
like I said, the what they try to do was a little not that there's not who does a good job of bringing different cultures together was Modern Family.
Okay. Yeah,
They
Modern
did
Family is a good
a
show.
great job
Yeah.
of including different cultures and different sexualities. That was a really funny show.
That was a really good show.
Tried a little bit too hard to make it
Yeah.
happen. Anyway, just my opinion. I could be wrong, whatever.
Nah, I'm feeling you though. You definitely speaking. I don't know. I thought it was kind of lackluster, man. I was a giant fan of that 70s show. I still watch it to this day. I used to watch that shit every single episode, every single time. And I'm not saying it has to be exactly the same, but when you are coming off of something with that kind of demographic, that kind of look right behind me. I always go back to this shit right here, Cobra Kai. One of the greatest fucking shows that came from the 70s. The of Cobra Kai came from the Karate Kid, something back from 78. I think the Karate Kid came out, or maybe I'm backdating it. Maybe it was like a little earlier, but something so old that can come back and dominate and be one of the most popular shows on all fucking TV at this point still in 2023. I'm saying you can't get the shit right with that 70s show. It's just a show, man.
I still give it, even though I'm complaining about it, I still give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Listen,
I'm
not changing my opinion on that. I may change my opinion about Joe Rogan earlier, but I'm not changing my opinion. I still give it a 7 out of 10.
There you go.
Season 2, we'll look, and maybe I'll change our mind because the characters might, if there is a season 2.
Yeah, it's coming back. Yeah, they announced the season 2, so you guys got it to watch. So
these characters might come together. They might grow together as
I'm gonna watch it still. Yeah,
and these kids are young too, and as they act and they grow as actors together, they might find a better synergy. One thing I learned is that producers, directors, writers. I don't know if you ever watched American Horror Story.
Oh yeah.
There was a lady that played a girl named Pepper. She was kind of like this demented, kind of weird looking chick.
Short. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So I interviewed Pepper, or I forgot her real name right now, but she was on my podcast and on the show. And that was actually a really good interview I did with her, even though it was on the spot. She was real receptive and was really good at talking. She said, the writers listen and they'll go on Twitter or whatever, social media, and they'll actually rewrite scenes or future episodes based on what people are talking about on social media. That's something that they actually do. I didn't know that, and they did anyways on American Horror Story. They did that. There was lots of scenes that she was supposed to memorize, and they would, I guess, change it.
Yeah.
Because of what people were saying. So
yeah, that's a big narrative in wrestling too. That and just to prove, I think we were talking about it on your show about you can't structure yourself to the audience, but at the same time, when you're doing whether you're watching TikTok or you're watching something or whatever, and people have like those conspiracy theories on movies or whatever, where they're putting movies together. Like one of the big ones is Home Alone and Saw. They were saying that Kevin grew up to be the guy from Saw and did all that. Listen, even if that's not real, did you ever hear that shit? Kevin McAllister.
No.
Kevin. So what the theory is, like a conspiracy movie theory, is Kevin McAllister from Home Alone, the one who saw the traps for the burglars and shit like that or whatever. Yeah. Eventually, he grew up and became Jigsaw from Saw. And,
that's a cool theory,
bro. It's cool ass theory, and you have stuff like that. Now, just think of the direction that a movie producer could take that and say, "Listen, I want to make that shit. That's fucking phenomenal." You know what I'm saying? Like, so hearing the people and choosing what to pick and choose, say, hey, maybe I can work off of that is important. But just listening to just the people, you're going to lose your own personal, direction that you're trying to take. So you have to be careful. It's a thin line.
I think there's so many other writers involved that they know where to pick and choose from. But, if someone does take that Home Alone to Jigsaw, we talked about it right here on the Beeline. So you can pay us also if you make some money. Get
a sponsor or something.
Going to wrestling though, do you hear about the whole Vince McMahon scandal? And he left the WWE and came back to WWE, and he's like firing all kinds of people. And Triple H and him now aren't even friend or
Yeah.
talking or something like that. And Jerry the King Lawler had like some stroke or something like that.
Yeah, that
kinds of
sucks.
wrestling news right now, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, first, just want to say, hey, prayers with Jerry the King, man. I've been watching Jerry the King Lawler is my favorite. Him and Jim Ross, my favorite fucking announcers of all wrestling at all everything. Gorilla Monsoon and the Brain. They were a close second. But yeah, man, prayers with Mr. Jerry the King Lawler, man. I remember watching a Raw one time, and Jerry the King Lawler had a match, and after the match, he had went back to the broadcast booth, and he had a heart attack, and I almost cried, bro. Because I was like, damn, y'all. And everybody watched it. Yeah, it was really crazy, man. And he came through that. So we're all hoping that he comes through that. Thank you for reminding me of that. But yeah, man, the whole shit with Vince McMahon, bro. We've talked about it. I host a whole another live we do called Wrestle Talk, Straight Through the Ropes. And
cool.
Yeah, Vince McMahon came back, and apparently he's not supposed to be changing the narrative. Triple H still has a lot of direction. Conspiracy theory me and shit. I personally think that he does have some involvement because I think the product has changed since he's came back. I don't know if he does. I have no way of proving it. Nobody really fucking does, even though if they try to act like they do.
No one knows. Everything's personal, man. I mean, they got their inside shit, and even people close to them probably don't really know what's going on behind closed doors.
Very true. Like you were just saying about the, things changing. That's one of the big things. Like, one of the gripes that wrestlers used to have was they walk into like Monday Night Raw and they'd have like the idea of what they're doing, but then they change the whole fucking show. And then these guys have to just, go on the fly. And that's got to be extremely challenging, bro. On top of, just doing the match and putting your body on the line. So that's a lot, man. It's a lot. Listen, Bass, at least we gonna fucking talk until tomorrow and shit. Like I love it. I fucking love it. I'm so happy that
sure.
I love it, bro. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for having me on your show, Beeline. This is one of those ones where it kind of ran off, and I didn't even realize it was an hour into talking and shit. Sebastian, shout your stuff out, man. You're gonna be on. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be on more times than just this. But shout your stuff out, man.
We have our website's www.theloudspot.net. I don't even know if you have to say www anymore. Theloudspot.net. We also have an app on iOS and Android. All you gotta do is look up The Loud Spot. We got a YouTube channel. We're on every podcasting platform. Amazon, we were like not on there, but we're trying to get back on there. And we got rid of some of our merch, but we're gonna bring that back up. We got some shot glasses, some mugs, some t-shirts that we are going to bring back. We're still in the middle of developing those. But check us out. If you like music, you like actors, you like rock, you like hip hop, we even have country artists on there. Check us out. Just Google The Loud Spot and you'll find us. We're everywhere. Yeah, that's it, I guess.
Beautiful, beautiful, bro. Yo, listen, I'll vouch for it, man. Amazing website, amazing talent. He's got a very big following on YouTube as well. That I'm seeing. I'm coming for you, bro. I'm trying to be right there with you. But yo, amazing show. He's got so much different talent on there. You will not be bored. And you see, he's got a lot of personality, man. Thank you so much for having us on. Beeline, we didn't do a show off segment here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't feel like singing. Today. Y'all probably tired of hearing my ass sing anyway. But listen, thank you guys so much. Once again, please, like, if you guys want to check out the new Duffy energy drinks, if you guys do any gaming, if you guys do any content creating, you want some more energy, more power, listen, go ahead and go get you some of that Duffy, baby, because you're gonna put that promo code Brian BNRG, and you're gonna get that energy you need to succeed and proceed with your day and your extremes, whatever you want to call it. Yo, thank you so much, Sebastian. Beeline. Until next time, stay true, stay positive, pay attention, and we